Greetings and welcome back to Africa CyberGuard Academy. In this tutorial, we will be demonstrating the AWS Restart Program Lab 229. The lab has a title of users and groups. So in this lab, basically, what we are going to be doing is managing users and groups within the Linux operating system. So I've already started my lab, so you'll start yours. Of course, it will take a little bit of time, so to save time I had started mine. So what are we going to cover in this lab? We're going to cover to create users with some default password. We're going to create groups and assign appropriate users, and then we are going to log in as different users once we've already added them to the appropriate groups. This lab basically should be taking about 45 minutes, so let us just get into it. So this time round I'm going to be using the Linux system, so yes, let us continue. So here we are. You click on the details so that we download the PEM file, and then you take note of the public IP address. So I can go to my downloads. So that I get away with get rid of this. I can just get rid of that, then get a hold of this just to make my work easier. Yes, so just rename it that way, and then I will just try to get into my EC2 instance. So in Linux, we're going to be using the key, so we have to change the mode for the key. And then we have to SSH into our EC2 instance. So using that particular key, we're getting as EC2 users, and then we feed the public IP address that we have. Alright, so you'll get some warning there. Okay, some things, yes. Obviously, I have typed something wrong. Yes, there it is. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to be creating users, and to create users, we use the command. Okay, we can confirm the working directory by printing our working directory. So we have the EC2 user, so we are at the right stage. So we have several users here: Algendro, Afua, Jen. Yeah, so we can add them. Can add these users, and this is what we are going to be using. So the command is sudo user add, and then you reference the user that you want to add. So we have several users there. Sudo user add, and then we have our first user, Alejandro Rosales. Okay, right, so that is our first user. User add. Okay, okay. right, so there's something a little bit. Sad Alejandro. Okay, so we've added our user Alejandro. Okay, all right, so we've added our user Alejandro. Of course, if you try to do it the way I tried to do it the very first time by typing two names, it won't go through. Okay, it will have some errors. So we've added a user called Alejandro. So we can add another user again. This time we can pick any names. Okay, it is not a must that you have to pick all those names the way they are. So I'm going to do about 5 just to, yeah, so the second name Rosales. Yes, that's why I did say, that's why I keep insisting. Rosales, you have to type these names, you have to type these commands. So we can do a user add again. We can do a user add again. User add, then we can add any other name. Yeah, we can do a user add. I think about 5 is okay. So it is always sudo. Yeah, these typos will always come sometimes. Yeah, but it is the beauty of you understanding this. Yeah, okay, all right, so let me add the last one. User add. Yeah, so up to that particular point we have our users, we've already added them, so we need to confirm. We just need to confirm whether our users are added. And if you want to do this, we can do a sudo cat, and then reference where we want to actually print. So basically the cat command displays, it goes to the specific file and reads whatever is there, and then it outputs it. It gets the output into the terminal. So that's what we are going to be using here. That's why we are using it. So if we were to just do it this way, this is what we're going to be using. Right, cat sudo cat. Okay, give it some space there. Okay, so you see there's a lot of things, there are a lot. So basically the cat command will give us the list of users and then the groups. So here, if you want to shorten it, if you want something that is cleaner, okay, so we are going to be using the cat, then we get into the etc password. Basically that will be having this file folder here will be having the list of users and the list of groups. So the very first thing we can cut. Okay, so just cutting, literally cutting, cut as in cut. Okay, so we are cutting from all this. Okay, and then we are going to be doing a delimiter, and then when we say F1, so we just want the first word. Okay, we do a delimiter so that we just print only one, and then we get the first word of this. Okay, so basically here, this delimiter, we're just separating. We're going to separate. so that we don't have the all the F1 is that we only want this first, okay? But the delimiter here, what the delimiter will do, it will actually print to the next line. So if we do this, so you see it is less it is easily readable. Okay, so we have our EC2 user, we have a general, Reyes, James, Rimba, Kamau, Otieno, Maria. All these users have been added to our system. Okay, so we can add the others. Okay, you can go and all that. So this particular bit here, the number 29, already done with it. And then we can now add these groups now to our system now. Okay, so remember you're an administrator, and therefore you need to do this. So if you had to add users, if you had to add groups rather, okay, still it is the same, almost similar command, sudo group add. The other one was sudo add, sudo user add, okay, group add, and then we're going to be adding the sales. Yeah, so you can do sudo group add IT. I'm just going to put mine, sudo group, but in your case you can actually use the list that is there. But since this is just a demonstration on how you should be going about this lab, okay, so that's why CEO, and then yeah, somehow group add. If you're going a little bit faster, my mind is already reading the next thing. All right, that way, and then you do sudo group add. I can say maybe management, okay, and then we add another one, sudo group add shipping. We can stop it at there. Yeah, we can stop it at there. If you want to see various groups, so we can actually do sudo cart, and then we have the etc / groups. Yeah, let us see what we have. All right, yeah, it is a group. Yeah, so we have that. Of course, we can try to so we have not added, we have the groups here, the sales, IT, CEO, shipping, and all that. This is what we are going to be seeing. We've not added the users to the groups. Okay, so basically the users are there, the groups are existing already, but we've not added the various users to the groups. So let us do that, just that. So sudo, and then user mode. Basically that is, user mode is modify. Okay, so then we take these, our first user here is our very first user is Alejandro. Alejandro. So then we can take Alejandro to our first group, that is sales. Yeah, remember several users can actually belong to different users, can belong to different groups. Okay, so then yeah, what did we have? Alejandro. Oh yeah, we reference the group first. So for that we reference the group first, sales, and then Alejandro. Take Alejandro to sales. Yes, sudo user modify, and then we have the and group. So then we take this particular user to can take the particular user to the other, that is IT. So we say IT, and then we have James. Yeah, and then we can say user modify, can modify that way. We can take to CEO, and we want to take user Maria as the CEO. Okay, user mode, something is typed, sudo. So you must make sure that you have the right thing. Just type the right thing. Okay, sudo user modify AG, and then we have the management, and we can take Otieno. Yeah, we can also have sudo user mode. So maybe we can just do this. Okay, no need, so we can sort of Maria there, can just have maybe okay, so sales, different people can belong to sales, as well as maybe we have sales, we have IT, so we can take another user, Kamau. Right, so that is just enough. Now you realize that there's some step that I did skip. We were to actually set a password for these particular users once we had created them. So we can do this still. We have our users, we know our users, so we are going to be setting a password for them. So we will do a sudo Alejandro. Okay, and then we pick the default password that we've been given here. Pick the default password that we've been given here, then we paste it. Clicked too quickly. Okay, all right, we confirm our password, and then we come to the other user. So we have our user Otieno. I think we have a user Otieno. We paste their password, and here also we paste a password. So Otieno is successfully. So we have Kamau as well. Kamau, we set a password for Kamau. So you're just going to be using the default one that we've been given. Of course, you can come up with yours. This is experimental, so you are not limited. Maria, you can come up with your own password. Maria, another user that we have there is Orimba James. Rosales. So you can set a password for Rosales. I guess it is Rosales. Rosales. Yeah, Rosales. Oh, still not able to see that. Okay, so I think that is just enough. You've already seen enough of that. So there it is. Yes. Now, already our users have their group. They already have their different passwords. Okay, so we need to actually confirm again. So you can just do a sudo cat, the same thing that we have done, etc. Then we check our groups, and now you can see management has Otieno, CEO has Maria, IT has James, sales has Alejandro and Kamau. Yeah. So we've just managed to put them in the various groups that way. And of course, we can actually log in using now a specific user. So at this particular point here, we log in using a specific user. So let us try to log in Alejandro. We see. So we do a su Alejandro. Hope I got the name right. Then we ask for the password and we feed the password. And as you can now see, we have Alejandro. This one is indicating that Alejandro is now logged in. The user Alejandro is the one who is actually logged in. Okay, so we can try if to see whether Alejandro can actually do something. What are some of the activities that Alejandro can do here? So we can do a touch my file .txt. We're just trying to see if Alejandro can actually create a text file, and here we are told that permission is denied for Alejandro. What if we go to elevated touch, try to do much more? Okay, so maybe try to do a sudo. A sudo is someone who has been granted to do some actions that not everyone can actually do within the system. Okay, so it is like an admin, a sudo. Yeah, let us see. And as you can see here, we must receive all these. Okay, so we paste the password for Alejandro, and what I told Alejandro is not the sudo. Okay, and this incident it will be reported. So if you want to actually check the report for this incident, if you want to check all the reports and everything that was done in this particular system are normally found in a var.log secure. So here is where you get all the activities. Okay, all right. So okay, just Alejandro is not even allowed to do that. So we can exit there, Alejandro, so that we go back to the sudo, and then we do sudo cat var log /secure. Yeah, so there we will actually get to see everything. So they say that they're going to report these. Okay, secure bin command, this one. Alejandro tried session closed for user Alejandro. Okay, but before that, password user root in sudo. Okay, so this is the incidents that has been actually reported. So you can see there was an incident here. Okay, incident occurred, and the system automatically, the Linux system automatically tries to log in that, and you can come and check what actually happened in your system. Okay, so up to that particular point, we are done with this lab. And the next thing that we are supposed to be doing is just, okay, so we can just maybe exit. It is already closed, the connection is closed. Well, that's it. So we can submit our lab. Yes, we are very sure that we want to submit, and the lab is already recorded. It is creating a report.